What's going on, we gamers? Here we are once again in Cyberpunk 2077. So today we're going to be having a little bit of fun trying to kind of create our own sneaky version of the camo suit. So if that piques your interest and it sounds like a bit of fun, then stay tuned. That's coming up next. What's going on, you gamers? Here we are, and we're sitting down today with Mohawk, Susie, and Rose. Now, Rose is very busy. She's on the phone. She has been for about 15 minutes now, so it's obviously a long call. But yeah, enough of that. I've tried to kind of make my own version of a very a very stealthy type of build. I haven't chucked all of the perks and such into it, so you can do that yourselves. I'm just going to show you a few things to kind of put on your character that will make them very viable. It's very fun. It's very good if you don't like being detected. Now, with myself being the absolute genius that I am, how can I put this? When I first made a build and a character, I decided to go the stealthy route. I knew what I was aiming for. I put a lot of perks and a lot of attributes in a certain way so that I could equip the optical camo suit. I then found out that the optical camo suit didn't make it into the game. Why? Which, to say the least, was a little bit disappointing. It was my own fault for not actually researching as such, but I didn't expect it not to be in it. So what I've done is I've kind of made a little workaround and decided to make my own version of it. Right, so I've managed to find somewhere that I haven't already actually decimated as such, and let's give it a whirl. So as you can see, there's a few people down there. We're gonna kind of do a little hero sprint and see how it goes. Oh, full damage. But look, none of them are alerted, and let's just look at how long that is. Right, I can actually just jog on there. Right, so I've run around the corner. And how many of them know I'm here? Absolutely none. I've just jumped off of a balcony into the middle of them all, and they had no idea. No clue whatsoever. So, let's see if it was just a fluke. You alright? How's it going? Oh no. Woo, almost. But yeah, it looks like you get about, I'd say probably about 7 or 8 seconds. enough time to actually completely walk through an area of tightly knit people, or enough time to kind of pick people off. So, how could I put it? You could pick people off, make your way onto the next one if they're not tightly knit without being spotted whatsoever, or you could just kill a few and then kind of move away from them. So either hide around the corner or go and crouch down somewhere. Try and do it as stealthy as possible. But yeah, I'm just going to show you again. So here we go. In amongst the middle of them all. And completely gone again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just quickly go from here and check how long it is they actually do take to realise I'm there. So let's pop down here and come on, girl, go. Maybe 7 seconds. Not 100% sure. I'll try and find a green screen or something to have a kind of perfect calculation. But it looks like you've got about 6, 7, maybe even 8 seconds standing in people's complete viewpoint before they actually register it and start to attack you. But yeah, even with this build, even if you have been seen, you can quite easily take most people out. So let's just do it as if we have been spotted. Always go for the double tap. Oh, I missed him. So look, and oh no, we're not. Yep, we're back in. Not paying attention at all, as I thought I was back in before that. But yeah, as you can see, this is on the hardest setting. Even with me completely botching it up a little bit, because I thought I'd already gone into Sanderviston again. Yeah, you can massacre people. So even if it did go completely wrong and you did get spotted, you're definitely not a helpless puppy. You can still have it if you need to. It's a lot of fun, this build, and I think you can quite easily just walk through most situations if you wanted to. Just have a little stroll. You can get out of their like area of effect within those 7 seconds quite easily. So yeah, this should make missions quite fun. I think it's the closest thing that I can find to a camo build, seeing as there's not one. So let me just show you what there is. So what I'll do is I'll put kind of a description at the end or in some part of it so that you'll know where to get these from, but I've chucked this on just here. So I'm using a Sanderviston, and you will definitely need a Sanderviston. So just up here I'm using this one, the Quiant Sanderviston. And the reason I'm using that one is because you get the most activations out of it. If you wanted to put one on that's longer, you quite easily could, and that would work just as well, but you have a much longer cooldown. I am sure there's one that, along with this just down here, it goes up to 18 seconds, plus the 2, you'll have 20 seconds in slow-mo. You can deal with any situation near enough in that time, you really can. It's nice, it's a fun build. You've kind of got to decide what you're going for. If you want loads of actives, go for this one. If you want kind of a longer duration but a longer cool off buff, then go for a different one. With this, what you're going to want to do as well is you're going to need this just over here, the Sanderviston Arizaka software. And this is kind of like the creme de la creme, should I say, the cream on top of what your actual build is, and that's enemies take 70% more time to notice you while Sanderviston is active. That's why you have so long to walk through kind of enemies' vision, and knowing that you're there, it doesn't matter. You've got 70% extra time before you're spotted. Absolutely amazing mod to have, well worth it. The next two that I put in every single time is this right here, Sanderviston Heatsinks. Reduces the Sanderviston cooldown by 3.5 seconds each, so 7 seconds off. And as you could see, I activated this so regularly. I think it was about every, I think it's cooldown of 5 seconds.
Few moments later.
Oh, my bad, just checked it because I've taken one off, it's 7 seconds. But even so, it doesn't last. 7 seconds is nothing. You can hide, you could move, you can have some gunfight or sword play in that time. It really doesn't matter. Now the last thing you need, and I would recommend this in this build and in some stealthy builds, it's really fun. If you're jumping off of things, if you're landing, if you find that you get discovered easy, this one just here, Soft Soul, allows you to land silently. As you saw, I kind of did that superhero jump, landed in the middle of everyone, and then activated my slow-mo, or activated the slow-mo beforehand, whichever way you wanted to do it, and then just kind of went about business. There is also one I think called Plume that kind of negates a little bit of the fall damage, about 20%, but all in all I find this really fun. I would say get yourself a nice silenced pistol like the Dying Light, or one that you prefer. Get yourself a nice katana, possibly the Satori if you can, and just go to town with this. You can be really stealthy, you can walk through things, you can make sure nobody sees you, or you can kind of do what you want and set yourself up before you do that initial combat. But yeah, this was on very difficult. If it was on a slightly lower one, it would be even easier. It's a lot of fun. I would say until they actually implement that and put the camo suit in this, this is probably the closest thing you're going to get. Right guys and girls, as always I hope you've enjoyed that, and for all things gaming, for all things Xbox, why not hit that subscribe bell icon, and as always, I'll see you on the next day.